Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and in this video, we're gonna be reviewing the Public research. I know, a lot of you wanna know how Public's directional board is gonna ride. So let's dive right into this review. This board features Public's directional alert camber. So you have a slightly longer rocker in the nose, camber underfoot, and then a short rocker in the tail. Basically, it's directional cam rocker. This is gonna give you all the load, pop, snap, and drive of traditional camber, while you're gonna get that ease of entry in and out of turns from those rocker zones, as well as more optimal powder float. This board is available in 154, 157, 160, and 160 wide. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a mostly bluebird day. I think later on, winds kind of blew in some clouds right as I was getting ready to leave. You had warmer temps, so there was chop, chunder, slush. Up high on the mountain, it was firm and fast. You could find some hot pow if you knew where to look, but it was not good. It was not good pow. Basically, I got a mix of all spring conditions with this at Copper Mountain, and I used my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. The overall flex of this board comes in on the low end of the freeride spectrum, but it's fully planted in there. And what you get is a fully directional flex as well. So you get a softer nose that's accentuated by that rocker, and then it progressively stiffens up to the back foot, and from the back foot through to the tail. That's the stiffest section of the board. The torsional flex is easy to engage, but it's very responsive and snappy. At speeds, you do get a little flutter from that rocker in the nose, and that slightly resonates back under the front foot. But when you get into rutted out terrain, from the center of the board back, it just hammers through everything, and it's smooth. Like, you do not feel anything with this for the most part. You don't get bucked around. It just plows through everything with ease. The snap on this board is solid. You do have to load up that camber, and when you roll back on the tail, you're gonna notice that it takes a little bit more effort, but what you put in, you're gonna get just a little bit more out of. So launch that side hit, ollie that cat track gap, ollie over those fat little ski racers that had no reason to be in the middle of the run and fall over, but they did, probably because you scared them, because you were listening to Slayer. You know who you are. This thing will get you in the air. You don't have to worry about it. All right, so we're halfway-ish through this review. I don't know where the editor's putting me in, but I need you to do something for me. Go down, click that thumbs up. That way people know you like this video. Then, if you haven't already, why don't you go subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way, you're not missing any of the programming we've got coming out for you. Yeah, you got rocker in the tips, and that's gonna help you, but there's fight in this board, and it takes a lot of effort to butter on the tail. You're really gonna end up sitting out over it and putting your weight into it to get it to do anything. With the nose, a little bit easier. You pop a 180, you wanna make sure you get your weight way out over the nose, and you're gonna kind of swizzle hip it to just manhandle it around. It's gonna fight you the whole time. Just be aware of it. You gotta use a little speed and a little more muscle than you expect. Now, the nice thing is the tip kick is more abrupt, so you can use that for leverage if you need to. This board can carve. It swoops in and out of turns with serious precision and power. When you're on edge, it's locked in. It lets you know you're locked in. And when you drive your knee into the center and push off the tail, you get a ton of power out of it. Short, tight, quick carves, nimble and snappy. Medium, mellow carves, those are the ones where you can really swoop with it. You'll notice that. You got power as you come into the turn, you got power as you come out of the turn. You really don't lose anything in that transition period where you're going from toe edge to heel edge or heel edge to toe edge, right when you hit that flat base. You're not losing it. Deep, hard, aggressive carves, this is where it excels. You can lay this thing over and just leave a trench with it. And if you get into lumpy mashed potatoes, you don't have to worry about it. It cuts through everything with ease. Rider in mind, this board is for the freeride guy that wants precision, power, camber underfoot, a locked in feel, and just a little hint of freestyle flair, because it really wouldn't be a Public board if it didn't have just a little bit of freestyle flair to it. Like what we're doing over here? Want to support us further? Not sure how? Swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. So I didn't know what I was gonna get with this board. I mean, Public's more of a freestyle company. We all kind of know that if you look at their board lineup. But on paper, this looked like something that I was gonna absolutely love. And well, it did not disappoint. No, I thoroughly enjoyed this board. It's stiffer than you think, especially from the midsection back through the tail, with underfoot through the tail being the stiffest portion of the board. It's got power, it's got precision, it holds an edge well, it's very camber dominant, it's got that old school cambered board feel to it. I love the pop on it, I love that response out of turns. If you're looking for a board that not everyone's gonna have and you're in that free ride category, this is one I would definitely consider because you're not going to see a lot of people with it, but those that do are gonna know how good this is. Like, I was very pleased with this. Comparable boards: the K2 Passport, the Jones Flagship Pro, the Rossignol Revenant. Binding recommendations: the Union Atlas, the K2 Program, the Rome Cleaver. All right, so this has been my review of the Public Research. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? If you own one, you know. Anyways, if you're looking for something to put on this, mainly bindings, not stickers, although we do sell stickers, why don't you go check out one of our binding reviews for the recommended gripper grips.